One of the most effective ways to fight a wildfire is by air. Douglas County is the only county in the state with its own helicopter. Our Angeline McCall shows us why other counties might need to start budgeting for their own.
It could have taken hours. Instead, it took minutes.
Had that resource not been available, we might be having a much different press conference today.
Sheriff Darren Weekly says the difference here during the airport fire was that Douglas County didn't have to rely on anyone else.
I can't stress enough that had we not had that fire helitack team in the air within 10 minutes, this fire would have been far worse than it was.
State resources are already stretched thin.
It's a competition for resources.
Wildlands Operations Chief Ted Christopoulos says the state-operated Firehawks are in use to fight fires out on the western slope.
That's what we were running into, that we were requesting resources and it's an hour, 2 hours away from us, and obviously that creates major incidents for us.
There was one helicopter pulled away from the western slope. It dropped 6 times. Compare that to the Douglas County helicopter that made 88 drops on Sunday.
Yesterday alone, on day one of the fire, they dropped 26,400 gallons of water.
Its base was 3 minutes away, and then it took another 3 minutes to fill up the tank. Minutes that made a difference they could only imagine today instead of experience.
You can imagine how bad this would have been had that resource not been immediately available.
It costs $1.8 million annually for Douglas County to operate this helicopter, and South Metro and Douglas County have teams that train with it regularly so they can step up and work in moments like this.
I get Douglas County is touting itself, but also unfortunate timing that there are fires on the western slope and the resources that may have been nearby were over there. They think they have this solution for that problem?
Right. Well, we know that fire season really is all year round in Colorado, but we know that it really ramps up in the summertime with the heat and the wind. And so, for instance, these fire hawks are actually based in the Denver metro, but when they're needed elsewhere, they go and they are needed right on the western slope right now, for instance. Now, some officials at this press conference sort of propose this idea that because the Denver metro is so large, there's so many people here, so many homes, residences, businesses, that they should stay stationed here, at least one, in case there is an event like this one.
That happens, and then we'll be doing stories about why was it sitting on the ground when it could be used on. It's a good idea in theory, but when it's necessary, but we'll see if there's money to get more of these helicopters. Thank you, Angeline.